What's your memory of both of them as strikers?
I can remember Jimmy scoring, I think it was 5 goals, would that be right?
I think so, yeah.
He scored 5 goals. And Ralphie was a brilliant trainer, a brilliant player, and a greater goal scorer you couldn't find.
And what about in the modern era for the younger fans? How would both compare to Coisty?
In the same grade as Coisty. I mean, Coisty was absolutely brilliant at scoring goals. I think Coisty scored more goals than them, so we need to put Coisty above them. But these two guys were in that class.
Anyway, we're forgetting to speak about the famous Davie Wilson and goal scoring. I believe you scored 6 goals in the one match versus Falkirk at Brockville. I want to know about the 6 goals, but also want to know what happened with the 7th, because I believe you scored another goal that day.
I did. It was 3 with the right foot, 3 with the left foot. I was quite good with both feet. I was a right-sided player, but made myself a left-sided player. And if I was to put the ball down the now, I'd probably take it with my left foot. But that was me. I wanted to make myself both
all round,
right and left foot. I wasn't very good in the air. I wasn't a big fella, so I scored a few goals. I scored one at Wembley against England with my head. Probably the best goal I've scored with my head. But I was never really one that was going to score with my head.
So you got 6 goals that day against Falkirk, and that's a post-war record. Obviously you'll still be delighted to know that you're in the history books for that, but it should have been 7.
It was. I had the ball in the back of the net, and it was a great shot from about 18 yards, 20 yards. And we're all turning away. 7 goals. I said to myself, geez, oh, that's unbelievable. And there was the linesman giving offside against Alex Scott, who was out on the right wing, hugging the touchline, not interfering with play, and that was, at that time, that was the rule, not interfering with play.
Offside, so you up it? I mean, it was a fine accolade, scoring 6 goals in the one game. I take it you get a chance to, when you speak to Mr McCoy, you can knock that man in there, you know?
Oh, aye. But it was a great weekend for the Wilson family, because that was my mother's wedding anniversary that day. It was the 17th of March, St Patrick's Day.
That's fantastic. And then I believe it was a great week actually. So one of the things that was notable that day, you played centre forward, you didn't play in the wing.
I did.
And you also, sorry for interrupting, but you also scored 3 goals versus England midweek after.
I scored at the Aston Villa Park, away from home. We beat them 4-3 and I scored 3.
And that's some run of form, it is.
It is, aye. But that was me. I was a goal scorer. I think I scored 157 goals in my career with the Rangers in 357 games.
That's a fantastic
well, for a winger.
Yeah. Well, nowadays, how much would you be worth for that? You know, nowadays.
Well,
you'll never know. You know.
No.
In 1963, you went to Wembley. Scotland played England, and Eric Caldo broke his leg. Many people believe that was Davie Wilson's finest hour.
Well, a lot of people say that. It would be hard to beat 6 goals at Falkirk, but I got a lot out of that game. Eric broke his leg in 9 minutes, and Ian McCall shouted to me, "Go to left midfield, put Dave Mackay to left back." I said, "That's silly. That's 2 moves. Let me go to left back." "Okay then," he says. And that was it. I went to left back.
But you effectively, you played what would be known nowadays as a wing back then?
As a wing back.
So are you taking the credit?
No, I'm not taking credit for wing back because I'd rather see wingers rather than wing back.
But I certainly know that through the legend that it was a fantastic performance by Scotland, but you were the standout man that night.
Well, they say that, but Jimmy Baxter would chase me for that. He would say he was the hero that night because he scored 2 goals. He took a penalty and scored with it.
So the next question, somebody sent one of the viewers sent a question in. This is your relationship with the referees. How you going with the officials and in particular Big Tiny Walton?
Tiny Horton was a great referee. He wasn't as quick as most referees, but a brilliant referee. And I tell a funny story about it when we played Falkirk and John Lambie was a right back. And John Lambie said to me, 1-0 wee man, 5 minutes to go, we've done yous today. I said, John, it's not finished yet. And just as the ball come out, I dropped the shoulder, I'm inside him, and I'm down. And brother Horton came running up, pointing to the spot, and Lambie says, I never touched that little bee. Tommy said, read the Sunday Post tomorrow, Mr. Lambie.
I think that's one of the problems with the modern game, is guys like yourself and the legends, they're great characters and they love to laugh and a joke and they had a laugh on the park and they enjoyed the match, and it wasn't always about money and that, and I think that's definitely missing nowadays. You've not got these kind of characters. No,
the game's too tight now. You have to be a runner now, and you have to be an athlete.
And there's far less fun after Gascoigne get the booking. The famous event when Gazza get booked, I think that really, when he booked the referee.
Yes, the referee booked him. Shows you, that was when it started to turn.
Aye, and a lot of the punters are, they're there for the result and everything else, but they want to see a bit of laugh and a joke. And
no, you want to enjoy your football. Okay, you enjoy it when you win, but it's how you win. You like to see your team playing well.
That's right. So the next part of the question and answer I'm going to ask you is, I'm going to go into the fact that next week's Burns Night, and I know you're a great speaker and you're a fan of Burns and that kind of thing, and you like the after dinner scene. I'm going to read out a wee poem to you that my dad used to tell me, and I just want you to tell me your thoughts on it. Richie, Shearer, Caldo, Greg McKinnon, Baxter, Henderson, McMillan, Miller, Brandon, Wilson.
Brilliant team. A brilliant team. You can get through that team well. We're playing at Kilmarnock. We're 1-2-0. We Tommy McLean, who was at Kilmarnock before they came to Ibrox, went down the wing, fired it across low, and John Gregg was about to clear it, and Willie Ritchie said, leave it, and it caught the near post and went into the net, and Willie took his bonnet off and threw it at the ball, and the great Bobby Shearer shouted to him, hey, you're supposed to be inside that bonnet.
Brilliant. So then we've got Richie Shearer, we've done Bobby Shearer already, and then there's Caldo as a player, but must have been up there with the best in the world.
Oh, the fastest left back I've ever seen. He was as quick as lightning. Lightning.
And a great reader of the game.
Great. What he did was, he did his job, gave Baxter or me the ball, and that was it. You carry on and do your job as well as I'm doing mine.
And what a fantastic midfield. Greg, McKinnon, Baxter.
Scrambled. Great player. Oh, I remember, I think it was his first game at Aberdeen, and Jimmy Miller rolled one back to him 25 yards out, and it nearly took the net away. Oh, he was only a boy then, he was only about 17.
A great player. People remember John Gregg as a hard man, but as an actual player, he was a fantastic player.
A great player. A great player.
So we're going to
McKinnon. We called him Dopey.
Aye, why was that?
Oh, what a man. Never injured. Played with every injury he ever had. Never injured. I've never seen a guy with as much black and blue marks as he did.
Right, aye.
Aye. But
and carried on.
What terrific pace too for a centre half. Terrific pace.
And it's a good blend. When you hear that, it's a good blend when you've got John Gregg beside him.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, and that brings us on to the famous Jimmy Baxter.
Oh, probably one of the greatest midfield players there's been. And you know something, he couldn't run. Jimmy Baxter wanted the ball at his feet. Now, to run fast with a ball at your feet is difficult. it wasn't difficult for Jimmy because he didn't run at speed. And what a player.
And I think the watching the videos, the footage and the stories and all that, and I think you'll agree with this, Jim Baxter, Mr. Gallus, the smart arse, whatever we want to call him, that's what made Jim Baxter the player.
He was, give me the ball, I'll do it. No bother.
Against the best of them, Puskas.
No matter who it was. No matter who it was.
And he was always capable of changing a game in a split second.
Oh, he could turn a game. But you'd be running into a goal scoring position and you knew it was going to be there. Inch perfect. I don't know how many times that happened.
And in regards to the players you've seen in your lifetime and watching the game and that, how high would you regard Jim Baxter?
Well, I would say two players, Scottish players that are better than Jimmy. I would need to put Dennis Law in that class. He was a brilliant player.
Fantastic player.
Aye, brilliant player. And Kenny Dalglish was magnificent.
But on regards with Jim Baxter, I think he stood out a wee bit with it. He was blasé.
Oh.
Cocky.
Oh, aye, oh.
Put a smile on your face.
Oh. You don't know how cocky he was.
That's great. So then we're going to Henderson, McMillan, Miller.
Henderson. Probably him and Jinky were two of the best wingers on the right side that ever was. Oh, aye. Henderson went at pace. Jinky was more, I'll go that way, I'll go my way this way. Wally